One more quick follow-up on that. You mentioned the immigrant workers. Do you support Governor Spitzer's approach to give driver's license to undocumented workers?
Well, I have said that it's important that we bring our immigrant population out of the shadows. I support comprehensive immigration reform, and that includes tougher, more effective border security, more sanctions on employers who exploit undocumented workers, more help for local communities that bear the costs of our unsuccessful immigration policies, more work with our neighbors to the south, as I was just saying, then an earned path to legalization for the 12 million or so undocumented workers who are here now. I would prefer that we did this on a national basis. I think it's important to bring everybody out of the shadows, to do the background checks, to deport those who have outstanding criminal warrants or who have committed crimes in the United States, and then to say to those who wish to stay here, you have to pay back taxes, you have to pay a fine, you have to learn English, and you have to wait in line. And I hate to see any state being pushed to try to take this into their own hands because the federal government has failed. So I know exactly what Governor Spitzer is trying to do, and it makes a lot of sense because he's trying to get people out of the shadows. He's trying to say, okay, come forward and we will give you this license. But without a federal policy, in effect, people will come forward and they could get picked up by ICE tomorrow. I mean, this can't work state by state. It has to be looked at comprehensively. I agreed with President Bush in his efforts to try to approach this. He just didn't have the political capital left by the time he actually got serious about it. And it's unfortunate that too many people are using this to demagogue the issue instead of trying to solve it. You know, people in politics, people in the press, and there's a kind of unholy alliance. You know, there are those who are legitimately worried about immigrants because their economic situation is deteriorating. I didn't hear a lot of immigrant bashing back in the 1990s. We had 22 million new jobs, more people lifted out of poverty. People felt like, you know, they were getting ahead. They didn't point fingers trying to figure out who to blame. Do we blame the outsourcers? Do we blame the immigrants? Now, with the economy kind of stalled for a lot of middle-class Americans, they are being told, well, blame immigrants. And you've got ideological and partisan reasons for doing that. Plus, you have some employers who are perfectly happy with the status quo. You know, they can continue to exploit workers. There's no system where they have to be held accountable. So they're against comprehensive immigration reform. So I think we've got to break through this unfortunate deadlock we have right now, and I think we need to do it at the national level.